One day, a report comes in that people who enter an IKEA store go missing. According to some witnesses, there are rumors that faceless IKEA employees are taking people away. The SCP Foundation quickly stepped in, launching an investigation without delay. Number SCP-3008 was a store operated by IKEA. Once a victim enters the store, they can never leave. Emma and Leon wander around an IKEA store and find themselves in SCP-3008's endless corridors. At first, they think they're just lost, but soon they realize they're trapped.
Leon, didn't we already pass this section? It feels like we're just going in circles.
As time passes, they realize there's no way out. They grow worried and increasingly anxious.
Do you think this is some kind of prank? A maze designed by IKEA?
No, I think we're trapped.
It was the same for the other people in the store. Everyone else was in a state of panic. As night fell, the survivors gathered one by one to create a makeshift shelter inside the store. However, after the lights went out, they began to feel a terrifying presence slowly approaching them. They looked like IKEA employees, but their faces lacked eyes, noses, and mouths. They would stare at people in the store, then suddenly start chasing and attacking them. And then, they began killing people. No one knows why they're killing people without reason, but to survive, we have to run. The survivors in the store found it hard to accept the existence of these beings. Terrified, they hid somewhere in the store, trying to avoid the faceless employees, but there was nothing else they could do. Some people tried talking to the employees, but he should never have done that.
Can we talk for a second?
They were nothing more than prey to them. One of the survivors had a rough map of SCP-3008 layout. Looking at it, people began to see a glimmer of hope for escape, and they steeled themselves for the attempt.
If we stick to my plan, we can make it out alive.
They put their escape plan into action, but it wasn't long. The IKEA employees were already spread out all over the endless store. Finding them, no matter where they hid, was as easy as pie. The survivors ended up scattering in all directions. They had no choice but to run, like prey being hunted. In the end, many lost their lives, and only a few were left standing. For reasons unknown, they were dragging the dead bodies somewhere. We couldn't understand why they were doing this, but soon enough we found out. They were roaming around gathering people and using the bodies of their victims to block paths and hide any possible exits. And so, any hope of escape seemed to be fading away. Only a handful of survivors remained.
Don't worry, we'll find a way out. If we make it out of here, you owe me a date.
Each of the survivors held on to hope, dreaming of escape. The IKEA workers started chasing the survivors fiercely. They managed to shake them off. With hope in their hearts, they searched for the exit and finally found a door that could lead them out. But the survivors would soon realize that no matter which exit they opened to escape, they always ended up back in IKEA. They would realize they could never leave that place, no matter what they did. And so, trapped in a place they could never escape, the story of SCP-3008 came to a close. The current containment protocol for SCP-3008 is as follows. The Foundation has purchased the entire shopping district surrounding SCP-3008, which has been converted into site. All roads leading to or passing through the area have been rerouted. The entrance to SCP-3008 is under constant surveillance, and no one is permitted to enter without authorization from a senior researcher, except for approved experimental purposes. Any individuals emerging from SCP-3008 are detained, examined, and administered amnestics. Depending on how long they were inside SCP-3008, a cover story may be required before their release. All other entities exiting SCP-3008 are to be terminated. End of report.